In this video we are going to see about member functions. So up to now we have seen that there are three main reasons of our code. The first reason will be classes. Here you will be defining the class, and this is called class specification. Class specification. So here you will be writing what are the variables, what are the functions, and then next will come your functions, function 1, function 2, and then next will come your main. So this main part is where you will be using objects, where you will be using and creating and using objects. So we have already covered these two parts. Now let us come to the defining member functions. Whatever functions you have written here, for example set function, get function, you will need to define those functions here. You will define set function, get function. What does define mean? Defines means that you will be writing the code for that function. Define means to write the code for that function. Okay, so now let us see how to do that. So now we'll take an example of same student class. So I will be writing the class first, class student, and then will come your private variables, private int a, let us take roll number, int roll number, marks 1 and marks 2, and then under public you will write functions. For example void set, and then I will write the parameters int x, int y and int z. So this is only function declaration. This is called function declaration because here you are not writing the code for that function, you are only writing the name of the function and its parameter. So this is called function declaration. Again let us write the declaration for get function and then void add function. So these three functions we are using in our class. Now we will have to define these three functions. Here we have only written the declaration. Definition is what we have to write now. So now let us see how to write the definitions. What I will be doing, I will be writing it here. So how you will write the definition? First you have to write below, after the class you have to write first the return type, then you will write the which class that function belongs to. You will write class name, then you will write this scope resolution operator, then function name, and then inside this you will write parameters. So this will be your syntax for writing defining the member function. Okay, let us take an example. Suppose I want to define this function, set function. So I want to write the code for this set function. How I will do it? First I will write the return type, that is return type is void, then class name is student, then I will write scope resolution operator. So why do I need this scope resolution operator here? To indicate that this function will belong to this class. You will always define the functions like this. So I will write function name is set, and then I will write parameters int x, int y, int z, and then I will write these brackets. Okay, so this is how I will be defining my function. Set function I will be defining like void student scope resolution operator set int x, int y, int z. Now inside this I want to assign these x, y and z values to roll number, marks and marks 1 and marks 2. So I will be writing roll number equals to x, m1 equals to y and m2 equals to z. So why I have written roll number equals to x? Suppose when I call this, you must remember, when I call the function set function, I will call it like this, object1 dot set, and then I will write roll number, marks 1 and marks 2. Now what happens when you do this? This 1 will go to x, this 10 will go to y, and this will go to z. What are these x, y, z? These are here, these parameters x, y, z. Now from this x, y, z you want to transfer them to roll number. So this value will go to roll number, this value will go to marks 1, and this value will go to marks 2. So now you want to put the value of x to marks 1, so that is why you are writing roll number equals to x. I want to put the value of y to marks 1, marks 1, that is why I am writing marks 1 equals to y, and the value of z to m2, so I am writing m2 equals to z. So you can remember it like this. Okay, whenever you are calling the function, when you are passing these values, it will go to x, y, z, and then from x, y, z it will go to roll number, marks 1 and marks 2. So after defining the set function, let us define the next function is get. So what is the use of get function? Get function is used to print values. So I will be writing again same void, then class name, then get, and there will be no parameters in get. And always remember that there will be no semicolon here. When you define the function, you do not write this semicolon. You will only write this semicolon when you are declaring that function. Here you will write semicolon, here you will write semicolon, but while defining you will not write the semicolon. So now let me print it. I want to print these three, so I will print cout roll number, m1 and m2. So why I am writing cout here? I am defining this get function, okay, and there will be no parameters. Now why I am writing cout here? Because this get function will print these variables, okay, so that is why I am writing cout. Now next part is add function. Now add function will be printing the sum of marks 1 and marks 2. So what should I write here? Cout marks 1 plus marks 2. That's it. So now I have defined these three functions: function 1 set, function 2 get, function 3 add. Function 1 will assign the values to the variable, and function set function will assign values to variable, and it will have the parameters. Get function will not have any parameter, and it will print the values. Add function will not have any parameters, and it will also print the sum of these values. Okay, so now how do you decide whether you should have your function should have parameters or not? For example, suppose I am calling the function, first what I will do, suppose I am creating an object student object1. Okay, now when this object is created, it is blank. It will only have roll number, marks 1 and marks 2, but it is blank. Now we have to fill these values. Okay, so to fill these values you have to call the set function. So I will be calling set function, and then I will need to provide the parameters 1, 10 and 20. Okay, then this one will go to this roll number, this will go to 20, this will go to 30. So this is how values is assigned. Now when I want to print these values, you will not assign any parameters here. I will print these values using get function. So I will call dot get. Okay, now this get function will be printing the value, so you don't have to assign the parameter, you don't have to pass any value, so there will be no parameters. Okay, so this will be your parameterized function. This will have parameter, and this will have no parameter. Okay, so always remember that it will be up to you whether you want to write parameters or not. You will have to see whether the requirement of parameter is there or not. The set function has a requirement for parameter, and get function do not have any requirement for parameter, because you want to print these values, so you are not providing any values. Okay, you simply printing these values are already assigned, you do not have to provide these values again. So that is why we are not writing any parameters here. Okay, so this will depend on you whether you want to write parameters or not. Next is object 1 dot add. Now this add function again will not have any parameters, because the values to marks 1 and marks 2 are already assigned. Okay, you simply have to add and print these values, so there is no need to pass any parameters. So add function will also not have any parameter. Okay, it will simply add whatever the values you assigned here. Add function will add whatever the values you assigned here, so you should not write any parameters. Okay, so this is how you can understand whether your function should have parameter or not. Okay, now so we have seen that this is the first reason of your code, when you will be writing your class. Second part, you will be defining your class. Okay, sorry, defining your function. Set function is defined here, get function, add function. Next is you will be writing the main function. Okay, what is the main function used for? Main function is used for creating and using objects. Okay, we have already seen this part, so let me write it again. Object 1 comma object 2. Now what will happen? Two objects will be created and both objects are blank. Okay, they will have variables roll number marks 1 and marks 2, roll number marks 1 and marks 2, but both of these objects are blank, there are no values. Now I need to assign values to this object 1. So what I will do, I will write object 1 dot set, and I will write 1 10 20. Okay, now what will happen? This object 1 will be assigned these values. Roll number will be given 1 10 and 20, and this object 2 is still blank. We have not provided any value to object 2. I have not called the set function for object 2, I have only called for object 1. Okay, so object 1 will have three values, and object 2 will not have any values. Now next, what we do, first we assign, and then next step is to print values. Okay, so how do I print value? Using get function, object 1 dot get. Now what will happen? It will print 1 10 20. Now next, what I have to do, I have to add these values. I will write object 1 dot add. What will happen? It will print the sum of these two values, 10 and 20. 30 will be printed. Okay, next I will do the same thing for object 2. Now I have already created object 2. Now I will call the set function for object 2. Now what I will do, object 2 dot set, roll number will be 2, and suppose I am giving marks 50 and 50. Okay, now this object 2, so here up to here object 2 was empty, but now object 2 will have some values. This is object 1 1 10 20. Now let us write object 2. Object 2 will be assigned values roll number marks 1, and marks 2 will be assigned values 50 50. Okay, so this is our first step, assign values. What is the next step? Print values. So I will be calling object 2 dot get. What will happen now? These values will be printed, 2 50 50. It will print these values. Next step is object 2 dot add. Now what will happen? It will add these two values, 50 and 50, that is 100 will be printed. Okay, so this is how you will be defining the member function. This is how you will be using the objects. Okay, now main function is over, so now let me close it. So that's it. This is the complete code. Now you can write this code and complete, you can write this code and you can you can run it. Okay, so there are three parts. The first part is your class. Here you will be defining what your variables and functions. Your next part is your function. Okay, defining your functions. You will have to write the code for these functions here. And next part will be your main function. Main function you will create and use objects. Okay, so now let me give you a practice question. What you have to do is, you have to create a class calculator. Create a class calculator. Okay, there should be two variables, and there should be these functions should be there. First is your assign function. Okay, assign function will assign values to these variable. Second function will be your display function. It will print the values of these variables. Next function will be your add function to add the values of these variables. Next you can write multiply, divide and subtract. So there will be 1 2 3 4 5 6 functions. So this question you can try. Assign value will assign variable, display will print the variables, add, multiply, divide and subtract. So now again you have to see which of these functions will have parameters, which of these functions will not have parameters, and you have to write these functions. And then what you will do, you will create two objects. Create two objects. Okay, so for object 1 you will assign these values. Object 1 you will assign 50 and 20 and perform all these operations. You will add, subtract, multiply and divide these two values. Then what you will do, you will create object 2 and assign the values 100 comma 200, and then you will add, subtract, multiply and divide these two values. So this is your practice question. You can do it, and you will have to write the complete first you will have to write the class, then you will have to write the functions, all these functions, and then you will have to write the main function where you will be creating these two objects. Okay, so that's it. Now let me finish it.